Joel, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Great knowledge and insight. Okay, everybody, this is the final portion. It won't be 30 minutes, but it will be. To wrap up this event, there is a purpose to all of this that goes beyond just sitting here and learning and wondering what you can do. And unfortunately, the mastermind and the brain behind this part of the event cannot be here. So I'm having to fill in for him, and I'm never going to be able to do justice to this because this is a young man who has spent countless hours and effort in his life, blood, sweat, and tears have gone into this. He has risked everything. He has a young family, and there is nothing that he wouldn't do to stand up for this country and to save the nation that he believes in. So I'm going to do my best. And unfortunately, I'm not disciplined enough to use slides, but out of respect for him, I'm going to try to do that. And what I really want to leave you with is that there is no such thing as an unsolvable problem. Every problem can be solved, and they can. What we need is solutions that are faster than what government has to offer. It's not always a failure of government that's responsible. It's not always a failure of leadership. Sometimes it's a failure of the length of time that it takes to do this. And so what I would urge you to do is, when it's available, to please read the assessment. We have a gentleman sitting right here who was very much involved in putting all of that together, who has been a big part of that, Kevin Clement, and has led this effort. And so you have that resource that's available to you, and you can talk to him. I'm offering your services, forgive me. And then also, this is the action part of it, right? This is about not leaving it up to your elected officials, not having a passive role in this. This is something that every single one of us can be part of. And I just want to begin by reminding everybody of these words. The dogmas of the quiet past are inadequate to the stormy present. The occasion is piled high with difficulty, and we must rise with the occasion. As our case is new, so we must think anew and act anew. Those obviously are not my words. Those are Abraham Lincoln's words in 1862. That's what he said in 1862. And what I love about that quote is that it speaks to the principles that govern our lives. They stand the test of time, don't they? They never leave us. Everything that has gotten me through my life was handed to me from my mother, and it was handed to her by her mother. And those are called principles, right? And they're absolute. You can't pick them up, you can't chip away at them. They're absolute principles. And so so we see that, even in 1862, they faced what they thought was unprecedented times, right? These are uncharted waters and unprecedented times, and it seemed overwhelming. But look at what they overcame. As a result of people having the courage to stand up then, we have lived with the freedoms that we have known all of our lives, that we still enjoy today. And those are freedoms, that people believe in them, and they live them all across the world because of what you do here, right here. And so they really do matter. And that's what this hackathon is about. Okay, it's going to start on October 1st. It's really 3 weeks, and it's an opportunity to crowdsource, to bring together people, whatever aspect of this problem. As you can see, it's a problem that has many faces and many heads, and it needs many solutions. And so you don't have to try, I'm an African. I may have the wrong skin color for, the woke world, but I'm still an African at heart. And I want to tell you what the animals do. I learned this from a runner from Kenya who lost both his legs to frostbite in the snow in, I think it was South Dakota. And when he was recovering, the doctor said to him, because he was having real trouble even learning to walk again, the doctor said to him, when you see yourself running, what animal do you see? And he said, I see the zebra. I know you know it as a zebra, but they're native to South Africa, and we say zebra. So you got zebras. And he said, how do they run? And this man said to him, they sprint. And when they reach their destination, they stop. And then when they need to, they sprint to the next one and to the next one. And he said, that's what I want you to do. And so this man, who with no legs has won the New York Marathon several times in the paraplegic section, he said, I thought of myself as the zebra. So what I did was I didn't try to win the marathon. I looked at the next marker, just like the zebra does, and I ran to there. And when I got there, I ran to the next one, and then I ran to the next one, and then I ran to the next one, until I reached the end. And then I looked around me and discovered I had won. And that's what all of us can do. It can be overwhelming if you try to win the marathon, right? You don't have to run a marathon every time. You can just run to the next mile marker. And if we all running to the next mile marker and the next one and the next one, that's how we can change it all. And we can make this happen. And that's what this hackathon is really about. It's about getting us to the next mile marker. It's about taking power back and exercising that power in the hands of the people at every level of government, depending on what it is you do best and what you're passionate about. It's about taking that, but it starts with the 391 commissions and the 391 commission laws in the state of Texas, which give extraordinary power to the people, that you can come together in the counties and you can take resolutions, and the state has to listen to you. The state has to act. So that's a really important resource that you have at your fingertips in the state of Texas. And anyone who wants to can contribute to the hackathon, which will last 3 weeks from the 1st of October. And it will break then into working groups that will take those solutions to local sheriffs and local counties, and will work with local people. So it doesn't matter what community you come from. It doesn't matter which part of this affects you. The hackathon is an opportunity to test those ideas, to bring them forward, to work with other people. As it originated at Stanford University. And this has been implemented by government agencies, as I mentioned, Hacking for Democracy by the State Department, Hacking for Defense by the Department of Defense, and others. And so it's never been done before. It's another first, and it comes hand in hand with the assessment, which you will have by that time, and you'll be able to have read, and you'll see many of the suggestions in there. But if you're concerned about any aspect of the border, this is your opportunity. There will also be prizes, first, second, and third prizes, cash prizes for the people whose solutions are adopted. And I believe the first prize is 1,000, second prize, gosh, I'm going to mess that up, but it could be 500 and then down to the third prize. And so, you know, that is hopefully going to incentivize some people to come forward with their ideas and solutions. And I don't want to talk about it too much because it's been a long day, but I'm going to leave you with the words of Thomas Paine, who said on December 23rd, 1776, right, 200 years ago. These are the times that try men's souls. The summer soldier and the sunshine patriot will, in this crisis, shrink from the service of his country. But he that stands it now deserves the love and thanks of man and woman. The people who put this together, who paid for this assessment, who have brought us together today, both in person and online, they're standing now, and we give them our thanks.